Right. Yeah, let's bring that down a bit actually. I don't think we can bring that back. Can I? Let's drop it down a bit. Tighten that up. Right, that should be a bit better. Get that microphone more in line now. Can't see the keyboard. Right. Hello and welcome back to another fun-packed, mind-bending adventure in the Spitfire build. Let's just get just have a quick reminder where we got ourselves. So fuselage, we've established that that has gone together rather nicely. Done some rescribing on it, and yeah, it's primed, and yeah, we're happy with that. So that's off to one side. And we were working on the lower wing set, and we'd primed it, and we'd put the guns on, cannons, Browning, I think they were, can't remember. And the next step, I was gonna paint all this green, and then we were going to hand paint the guns in gunmetal. But I've since had a little think about that, because it's always good to, before you sort of go ahead and start spraying stuff and that, it's always good to have a look at the instructions, have a look at the next few steps, because there may be something that you see that will change how you're going to proceed. And indeed, in this case, there is. The main problem being I didn't fancy masking off these guns separately, and then I didn't fancy masking off the wing either. But I looked at the next few steps, and really, to be honest, the only internal parts of the wing you're going to see, according to this, are really around about this sort of area, and obviously around the wheels and that. So I think we're going to spray the guns, because they're going to be seen from the top if it's open. So we want the best paint finish on there. So I'm going to spray the guns in a gunmetal. I'm then going to probably hand paint around the guns with the green, so that I don't get it on them. And then I will probably spray around the wheels. Although it's always, I was going to do wheels down. I always do wheels down, but this comes with a stand. This kit comes with a stand. So if there was going to be a kit to do wheels up, this would be it. And I am rather tempted to do wheels up and have the traditional look of the Spitfire on the stand sort of flying. But then, you wouldn't have the guns open, obviously. So it's a tricky one. I mean, I could do wheels down and have the gun bays open and just have it on the stand like that, but I don't know. I don't think it would look right. I think on the stand, you've really looking at having it wheels up, but then you're missing the opportunity to have the guns displayed. I mean, ultimately, it doesn't matter. It's not actually flying, but and it is up to me. Right, I think we're going to go wheels down, and because I like to have everything displayed, I've spent the time doing it. Why not have it on show? Right, so we know what we're doing then today. We're going to spray these barrels. We may detail them a little bit rather than, what does it say on here? It just says 53, 53. So they're just basically gunmetal. I'm sure 53 is gunmetal. I'm a bit rusty on my Humbrol paints. I haven't used them for a while. Scale modelling channel Frankie B. Yes, good morning from stateside. Good morning from UK. This is the UK. Stateside. Whereabouts stateside? I'm just doing a quick search for Humbrol 53. I'm almost certain it is gunmetal. It's not letting me do the search. Right, okay. I will do it up here then instead. I think I should have used the phone. It would have been quicker. Right. Not having any of that. Right, so the silly thing is, the computer that I've got, the laptop's new. Well, fairly new. But the thing is, it only came with 4 gigabytes of memory. I don't know what's going on in it. That was close. I nearly sent some money to somebody. Yeah, so everything else is top notch on it. It's weird because it's got a decent processor, decent hard drive, everything else. But I neglected to. I thought 4 would be enough for what I wanted. Just browsing the internet, but then I forgot about the videos and the Hangouts and that. So I need more memory on it. When it's doing them, it chugs along quite slow. It's something that's got to be done priority. Long Island, New York. Oh, I'd love to go to New York. I would love to go to New York. I'd love to go to America. I've never been out of the. Oh, I'll tell a lie. I've been out of the UK twice. I went to Amsterdam when I was about 12, and I also went to Spain when I was about 18, 19, something like that. Yes, it's gunmetal. I'm not going to use that one though. I'm going to use now then. Oh, I get the chance to use aluminium, dark aluminium, chrome, black base. Well, I can't use the AKs. I bloody didn't get. Magnesium. Steel. aluminium, satin, so many bloody metal, silver. Super titanium. Super iron. Super fine silver. So many metal colours. Right. It seems I'm going to have to use a Vallejo one. No, I'm going to use a Tamiya one. I just need to find it. Come on, where are you? Gunmetal. There we go. Oh. I've bought so many metallic paints over the past couple of years to give them a try here and there. Unfortunately, I haven't got the metallic paint in the one I wanted, which is the I bought some AK metals. I haven't used them yet. Let's have a look what this is like inside. So it's quite thick. That is going to need thinning out for sure. Not going to need much though, am I? So, you know, it makes me wonder whether I'd be better off painting that on by hand. I think I could thin that out. That's not going to be a problem at all. Like making Yorkshire pudding mix. And then we'll just add a bit to that lid. There we go. We'll do one. We'll see how it looks. If it looks a bit naff, we will revert to the spray gun, but I don't think it's going to be a problem. Super secret formula. I know it's secret formula because it says on it. Secret. Oh, nearly poured it in the wrong place. Let's go with a bit more. Let's put 3 drops in this time because I've added a bit. Let's just Now we want a decent brush. I'm going to use, I think I'm going to use this one. So I'm going to use a Daler Rowney Graduate number 2. And this, I forget, this is the filbert type brush. It's got like a, almost like an arrow sort of type head on it. I quite like that. Don't want to put too much on, but you can get a nice smooth. There we go. That will be a lovely smooth finish when it dries. There's no brush marks on there. And again, the same with if you try and just do them in one. And then just come back a bit. Drag that because we don't want the paint to build up where you've when you're painting by hand, when you come off the edges, when you've got something small like that, you end up leaving a little, the paint almost scrapes off on the edges. So a little bit more. And then the same with the barrel. Vital, I should have said it's vital that you prime before you, especially when you're hand painting. It's much harder to get a good finish on a surface that hasn't been primed when you're hand painting. Well, I think so. There may be others out there that can do a better job, but got to look to make sure you get all, look at all the different angles, because you can normally see a little tiny sliver of plastic somewhere that maybe isn't as accessible as everywhere else, and you might have missed it. There we go. I don't think that looks too bad. Just need to. I'm going to have a look at the top in a minute and flip it over because there's a little bit down in there, which is the top part of the barrel. I'm not too worried about getting it on the wing at the moment because that's all going to be locked off. And again, just got a little bit in there. Maybe a bit of paint in the end of there. Again, I'm not worried about getting any on the front of the wing when I do that barrel. Not a problem. Do need to get that bit covered there though. And that bit on the top there. Right, I think we're okay on that one. Let's just come down and do these. I don't know which guns I'm going to be displaying at this moment in time, so I'm just going to paint them all. A little bit there. There we go, looking good. I've been watching. So I was just thinking today, everybody's got people that they go to watch. So, go to YouTube channels when you're having any problems or you want to learn anything. So I thought I'd share what ones mine are. So I like to watch, I watch the, is it McDoug's channel. I can't remember his name now. Matt McDougall, is it? So I like to watch his reviews and his hints and tips. I find his stuff very interesting, and he always leaves me wanting to go out and try what he's experimented with. I've just watched the one sort of bare metal finishes. It's very interesting, and I want to build a bare metal plane now and try some of the stuff that I've got that I've never used. For example, I've got the AK bottle of black base in whatever. I don't know whether it's just regular gloss paint. But anyway, and try polishing the plastic like he does before it all goes on. These are all things I'd like to try. I also watch Phil Flory. Not as much. I am a member of his site, and to be honest, I only really watch Phil Flory's when they come up on my feed. I've got nothing against I think he does some nice videos and they're enjoyable. It's just for me, there's only a few that I go to. I watch Will Patterson. I find his experiments and that are very interesting, and they go deep into the subject, and you always come away thinking, yeah, a little bit. You think you come away a tiny bit cleverer than when you went in when you watch one of Will's videos. Well, that's what I like to think. Summer Genesis, which is Bobby Waldron. I like watching his videos, and that's about it really for me. If ever I'm struggling with anything and I need ideas, I'll generally do a YouTube search, but will pay particular attention to one of them three. Stuart Hingston. He says, "Fuck me, Mark, you're putting your audiences to sleep." So, if you agree with Stuart, then leave your comment below. If you agree on putting everyone to sleep, let me know. If these are really that boring, then there's not much point me carrying on doing the live feed with them. Yeah, I think that's looking pretty good. I'll just let me see. We've got everywhere on that. There's Daniel. He's going to start barking in a minute. Knew it. Quiet, Daniel. I can't do nothing at the moment, Daniel. He's barking at me to let him out. Don't forget we've got our live Russian build going on. So it's anything Russian. You build that and you got the chance to win a pair of Display single-bladed sprue cutters. They are very good. I've got a pair myself, which I reviewed on the channel. If you want to see that, just pop along and look through the videos. You'll find it. Wasn't that long ago. Yeah, so you got the chance to win a pair of them. It runs till December the 31st. So anything Russian, you need to take a photograph of the kit before you start building it and put it in the appropriate album on the Sprue Suirgery Waiting Room website. Do those need to be sealed? Yeah, I would. Acrylic Tamiya paint. It's not really a true acrylic, is it? The Tamiya paint. It's got a, is it lacquer it's got in it or something? You can mix it with leveling thinner, mixes it well. So, and yeah, I would seal it. They're good paints, and I like painting with them. I like hand painting with them, but you've got to know what to do with them. You can't. They're not the paint that you can just paint direct from the bottle with a hand brush. Well, you can, but the results are not very good. You need to thin what you want down and hand paint with that, and you'll find you'll get a much better result. So don't forget, today we are running a poll now. Well, not a poll, but so I'm going to let the question. I'm going to show the question. It was held for review, but basically Stuart Hingston has said that fuck me, Mark, you are putting your audience to sleep. So let me show that so that people know I'm not just making that up. And then just leave your comment underneath if you agree, or if you agree with that. These video builds can be a bit I understand what he's saying to a point. I mean, these video builds can be a bit slow because as somebody that's doing them, you've constantly got to keep talking to engage the audience, and sometimes it can be difficult when you're painting to just keep waffling on. So sometimes I think it's just nice just to paint or do what you're doing and let people watch without chatting in the background. But then other times I think if I don't talk, people are going to get bored and switch off. So it's difficult to know. So, I mean, Stuart brings up a valid point, and it's one that if that is the case, obviously I'd like to know. So don't feel that by, if you want to say, yes, this is boring, then just write that down. I've just noticed I missed a bit. Just on this side. There we go. A bit at the front there. There we go. Dutch modelling, that's Seb. He says it's alcohol based, so I knew it was one or the other. I always get the two mixed up. I tend to build with any live feed if possible, just to keep it interesting. You never know what you'll learn. Yeah, that's true. I think a lot of people watch mine because they're waiting for the inevitable fuck up that's going to happen. Because I do mine in like a household environment, something normally goes wrong. The dogs start barking, the phone rings, and I think a lot of people find that amusing. I'm okay with it. If they're okay with it, I'm okay with it. Just noticed. See, that's because I've missed a couple of bits. There we go. Now then, let me just review all these. They all look okay. That all looks okay. Good. Just a bit there. Right, there we go. So we've got a nice set of guns, sort of. I don't know whether to put an oil sort of wash or something on them. I don't think they would be quite that clean. I think they'd probably have gun oil all over them. But first of all, we need to get the green paint done around those areas. So we're going to use the same that I used for the cockpit. Now, where's my little tub of cellulose thinners? I use a little glass jar of cellulose thinners because I can push the brush up against the glass and I can see actually when it really is clean. you can see the cloud of paint come off, and obviously when it's clean that doesn't happen. And then every couple of days I just stick a wad of tissue in there. It absorbs it all up, and I throw that out. It's getting to the stage where it needs replacing now. Yeah, because the water's dirty when it comes out. The cellulose thinners, I mean. Let's give that a... There we go. Nice and clean. So now we need cockpit green. Scale modeling says that's the best. Don't forget, tonight is the live stream. So, you know, if you all want to be bored a little bit more, I know, sorry, I'm just being a dick now. Let's just give that a mix. Clean that off. Can't even put any music on in the background because of the copyright stuff that's going on. Mind you, I think Joe's got some music she's created that might be able to put on in the background. I'm sure she said she was okay with that. Right. Daniel. There we go. Just going to paint around the wheels because you can see just on the inner edge as you look up. I don't need to do the whole inside of the wing. I'm not going to see a lot of it. There we go. These little pegs here where the landing gear is going to go. That's where the wheels swing in and out from. See, the trolls are out. Yeah, so Frankie's saying, I'll tend to watch feeds that are home brewed as opposed to paid and to play and push their freebie products to sell on their sites. Well, yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, they've got they have got a business they're running, haven't they? They've, I dare say we would all do it the same, really, if we had a product that we were marketing. I know what you mean, but I can see why they do it. Although I do have something in the pipeline myself at the moment. Can't say no more than that at the moment. Yeah, there we go. I'll be careful around the guns here. I don't want to end up with green barrels and hoping I put enough paint down, because when the top wing goes on, I've got to cut out certain sections so that you can see the gun underneath. I want to make sure that I got enough green down. Gone in the wrong bloody pot there. High vamp. Let's just try and get. Damn it. Got a bit of green paint on the gun there. I'll have to do that top side. It's not a big deal really, I can sort that out. What we got on the clock? 57 minutes. There we go. I probably could have done this a hell of a lot quicker if I'd sprayed it, but then the time spent masking off them guns. Right. Almost there. There we go. Just use a bit of this just around these wheels here just to expand that just in case. And a bit round the sections here because I've got a feeling it may be required. There we go. Right, so that's the lower wings done for their next step. We'll probably come back and put an oil wash over them, seal them. Just clean that. And I'll spray a seal over them very quickly. And then we can, I'll probably use Knoll oil from Citadel just to wash over the top. Take that grain out of there. Let's give it a Go. And I think I will use, I've never used it before, but I'm going to give it a go to see what it's like, because these are dried fairly quick, these yeah, then to me dry very quick. The Vallejo metal varnish. So I'm just going to spray this over the top of that brilliant gloss varnish. See what it's like. I've never used it before. You normally wait a lot longer than this to varnish something after painting it. I would point out I am doing this far too quickly. My microphone stands in the way, but this is just really for the video build. And I'm just really need to turn that on. Just going to bring it off to the side here while I do the back. Daniel! There we go, that's the... Daniel, quiet. Just need the airbrush cleaner. Just going to use UMP's airbrush cleaner for this. Where did that brush go? Just right. There we go, it's coming through clear. Yeah, I've got a little still Still got a little bit of varnish in the bottom there. I can see it coming through with the cleaner. To be honest, it's probably due for a good clean out. Yeah, that's due for a bit of a clean out. The needle probably needs doing. Just put a couple of drops in that just to let that needle yeah. Right, there we go. So that's that done. While I'm at it, I'll clean out this. I'll show you how I clean this cellulose thinner out. So I don't like to pour it down the sink or, you know, into any drains. So I just wedge my kitchen roll in the bottle. It sort of acts like a wick. Soaks it all up, give it a couple of twists around because then it cleans the bottom at the same time. And then take it out straight into the bin. We've got a little bit left this time. Normally it gets rid of all of it, but because I had already used that kitchen roll, I'd already used it with some airbrush cleaner and that, so it was already pretty wet. And then that's ready. I'll probably have to do this once every 2 or 3 days. But I prefer to do it this way. There's better ways, there's easier ways, I guess. But with this, I can fill it up. When I clean my brush, I can see exactly how much paint is coming off. Daniel! Right. And I know when my brush is done. So, apologies for the dog. That's about it, really. Daniel! Quiet! I'm going to have to go. Thanks for watching. Apologies if it bored you. And I'll see you next time. Until then, bye for now.